Sheeds, thanks for joining me again after round 4. How did you see the game?
G'day Josh. It was much better performance. A real Norwood game on the weekend, I thought. Good around the footy, inside 50s were strong, had 21 shots on goal and 10 different goal scorers. So they're all parts of our game that we need to keep building on them. We've been working on over a period of time. So obviously the last quarter was the last quarter, but for 3 quarters I thought we competed and showed some good signs moving forward.
Yeah, what was the message to the boys after the game? Obviously up with a minute to go in the third and then ended up getting blown out in the end.
Yeah, well, like any game, I think up until the 15-16 minute mark we're still only 2 or 3 goals down, and we probably chased the game a little bit, which you tend to do when you need to win, and it can go one or the other way. And we got opened up a little bit out the back and around stoppage and around Glenelg lengthening and us not being able to go with them. So take that last part of the last quarter away, which is footy, I understand, but for 3.5 quarters we were right in the contest against one of the best teams in the comp.
And you had a nice spread of goal kickers as well. That's a great sign that no one's putting their hand up and taking control, which is one thing, but finding lots of avenues to goal.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to look at it. Probably like a few of the forwards kicking a few more, but I think having goals through wings and midfield is a good way and a good sign of the brand you want to play and how you want to move the footy, and so that was definitely pleasing this week. Yeah,
under the pump to start the game, Glenelg were really strong. Must have been impressed with the response after the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, really proud of the boys' efforts on the weekend. I think there was probably 3 occasions where they got out to a couple of goals and we clawed it back through each quarter to be able to neutralise a game, and then we had some chances. We hit the front as well in the third quarter and had some chances to go beyond that, and they defended well and we didn't take most of our opportunities when it counted as well.
Yeah, Hosey ended up kicking 8, but he only had one goal and 3 disposals in the first half. But Gillo did well in the first half at least.
Yeah, Joshy played a good game in the first half for sure. I think Lockie kicked 3 goals late when we probably got opened up, which went from 5 to 8 very quickly. But yeah, once again, it's hard to say when someone kicks 8 goals, but I thought for the majority of the day he did a pretty reasonable job on Lockie, and it was a good experience for Josh. And he's just new playing league footy, and he's done some really good roles for us this year.
Yeah, it seemed like 2 pretty different game styles from rounds 3 into 4. Out here in round 3 it was very slow and I think 70 plus marks, and round 4 wider deck but only 40 odd marks. Is that something you were more impressed with, the game style against Glenelg?
Yeah, I think that's how you start sometimes, and against Sturt we got whacked around the footy a bit and then tried to possess the footy to get our hands back on it and take the ball off them, where against Glenelg, it was definitely more a direct focus and play the game in our front half, and I guess we started better against Glenelg, which gave us the opportunity to do that.
How'd you see Finn and Binder go in the ruck? D'Annunzio played a couple games and then went back to the reserves, and Finn and Tristan actually won the hit-outs in the end.
Yeah, Finn was very good and Tristan helped chop Finn out, but Finn was very good. We wanted ground presence and be able to outnumber at ground level, and we thought going with Finn as a ruck, that's a real strength of his, and he's a big body, and he won the hit-outs as well and gave our mids a reasonable look at it, which was pleasing.
Yeah, first couple games for Jacob Newton. He looked pretty exciting on the weekend just gone.
Absolutely, yeah. He's growing, isn't he? Like, we knew he was a talent, and we've probably got him in a bit quicker than what you'd bring a 18-year-old in, but we knew how good he could be and how good he's going to be for our footy club. So it was important to get him going, and he's had Sturt and Glenelg as his first 2 games, so it's been a pretty tough introduction to him, but as you see out on the field, he's tough. He gets to the drop a ball really well as a forward, and he'll just keep building, and he'll keep building on his fitness as well. He hasn't done much for pre-season, so we're asking a lot of him at the moment.
And I've really liked the start to the season from Cooper Murley. He's been amongst the best players last couple of weeks. Chases hard, tackles hard.
Yeah, well, I can't speak from last year. I wasn't here, but I keep hearing his footy's growing, and I think from an off-field point of view, his leadership's really grown. He's very vocal in a lot of the team meetings, and he's a real standard driver with the group and accountability. So, yeah, for a young man, he's got a lot of he keeps growing every day, which is exciting.
For sure. And you got the Crows this weekend in Port Lincoln. That's another big challenge. They went down to the Eagles, but have had a great start to the year.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, I went and watched that game on Sunday. So, yeah, it'll be about getting the ball in our front half again and being strong around the contest. They've got a pretty solid ruckman who, you know, creates a few headaches for opposition through his height and his ability to give them the first look at the footy. So have to be strong around the contest again, and then, you know, when we get our chance, we've obviously got to defend them hard, and then when we get our chance, we've got to go forward with the footy and challenge them the other way.
Looking forward to the Lincoln trip?
Absolutely, yeah. It'd be good to get away as a group, and it's come at a good time. Obviously not an ideal start, but it's good to get away with the group and get to know them a little bit more, and yeah, we're all looking forward to it.
Perfect. Thanks, Shades.
Thanks, Josh.